Welcome to the second episode of my weekly video game pickups. This week I didn't attend any flea market, but I went to a shop, had a Facebook deal and went to a convention which was also organized by people who run a Facebook group about retro games. First I went to a little shop, it's called Cash Converters. I think you have it in a lot of countries. I just actually needed a GameCube box because a couple of weeks ago I bought Doshin the Giant for €3 on the GameCube, but the box was all teared up, and there's actually, I don't know if you can see, a little tear also in the paper. So I bought Legends of Wrestling for €2 so I could switch the boxes around. Now I actually tried Legends of Wrestling and I want to keep it, so yeah, it has the worst box because this one is a game I actually really wanted. So €2 for Legends of Wrestling. Then they also had a couple of Mega Drive games. I bought Echo the Dolphin 2, The Tides of Time. I actually already owned this game, but I thought I would buy it to resell, naturally for the same price, because I tend to do that so that nice people get good games. But I haven't yet posted it up on Facebook. I also bought the original S controller for the Xbox, because I only had a third-party Mad Catz Xbox controller at the moment. Sadly it doesn't work. I spent a lot of time cleaning it up and now it doesn't work, but you get the 2 months guarantee at Cash Converters, so I'll bring it back. Hopefully they'll have another, I don't know. Then I saw an ad on Facebook about a game. She actually was selling a lot of Super Nintendo games, all European PAL ones. I saw one, I really wanted it for a long time. It's running here in the background, Super Aleste, known as Space Megaforce in the United States. She asked €10 for it, I gave it. It came with a manual and a cartridge. It was a really long train drive. I had to, I think, almost 2 hours on the train and then walk a little bit. So actually that was pretty alright, because afterwards I went to the Facebook convention and that was also in the vicinity. So I paid the lady €10 and I asked if she had some other games that she wanted to get rid of that people hadn't bid it on Facebook yet, and she said yes, these two aren't wanted by some people. First, Super Adventure Island. I already own this one, but this is the American edition actually. I only found that out on the train. So American cartridge, which I like because I can play it in 60 Hz on my Super Famicom instead of 50 Hz on my European Super Nintendo. It also had this very cool poster, and the manual, of course. This is also the manual for Super LSD. And she had another cartridge that nobody wanted, and that was Kirby's Ghost Trap. This is actually just Puyo Puyo in the Kirby Nintendo version. Sadly this cartridge also doesn't want to work on a Japanese Super Famicom. You can only play it on a PAL system, which is a shame because I prefer to play them in 60 Hz. Sad thing about our friend Super LSD here is when you play it on the Super Famicom or the United States Super Nintendo, it actually runs too fast. So it has been optimized for the PAL systems, which is not often done with games. Mostly they just run slower on our European systems, but this one has actually been optimized, so I have to play it on the 50 Hz, otherwise it's too fast. I'll demonstrate it for you. It's actually a really cool game. See, but now you see it runs really fast. The ship moves like really fast. And the music is also too fast. Now I'll put the game in my regular Nintendo. See, it's much slower, the music. but I compared it with YouTube videos, and I think this is the speed it should run at. But as you can see, we have these horrible black borders here in Europe. A shame, so I will have to find a Japanese or a United States copy because I want it in 60 Hz. So after I bought the games from the girl, I went to a small convention organized by a Facebook group about retro games. There I already knew some people I met for the first time, but I brought some stuff to trade or to sell, and well, here's what I got. First off, I got Double Dragon for the Sega Master System. It's actually a US copy distributed by Tonka. Never played this before, but I heard it's better than the NES version, which I do have. I will have to play it to find out. The original manual is missing, but the official translated Dutch manual is still included. Every Master System game in Belgium had one of these inside. I traded it for my other copy of Global Gladiators for the Mega Drive. This is actually a pretty fun platform shooting game, sponsored by McDonald's, where you have to fight for the environment. I don't know why McDonald's would fight for the environment, but still a fun game. Then I traded Pokemon Red, or I mean Sapphire I think, for the Game Boy Advance for Oddworld Apes Odyssey, the first game. I already have Apes Exodus, Munch's Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath. I still needed this game. It's the Platinum Edition, but I don't care about that as long as I have it. Then the couple next games were bought, actually pretty cheaply. I have to tell you, I had a GameCube before, and when I was tired of video gaming, I think around 2006, I sold all of my GameCube games, all my PAL ones. Now I really regretted it, because a lot of those games were actually pretty hard to find, or harder to find. And now today I bought a couple of games, which is the start of my rebuilding my GameCube collection again. First off is not too rare actually, but still good games. Wave Race Blue Storm and Rogue Leader 2. These were also my first two GameCube games I bought way back in 2004, I think, I don't really remember. Together with, oh, I forgot, Pac-Mania. These three were together. I paid €7.50, so I guess that's a really good deal. Then he also sold me a copy of product number 3, which was only €2. Why? Because it's missing the manual, but I don't care about that. So I really love this game back when it first came out. It's feels a bit unfinished, I think, but still it's a very nice game. It's a static 3D shooter with strange controls, but once you get used to it, it's really fun. You can really like graze the bullets. A bit like a shmup actually, but then in 3D. I like it. If you can find it, buy it. Then these two were both recommended to me. Both were €5 each. Kabuki Quantum Fighter. I haven't played it yet, but I heard it's really good. And also Digger T-Rock, The Legend of the Lost City. Also heard it's a really good game. I'm looking forward to playing these two, but yeah, haven't tried them yet. Well, that was all for this week. In total, I think I spent quite a bit of money. I'm not gonna calculate it right now, but it was a good week. All fun games, all things I wanted to have. So, see you next week. Bye bye.